Hello lovely people, welcome back to my channel, welcome back to another vlog video. If you've never been here before, basically for each show that I see, I try and do two separate videos. Firstly, a vlog-esque video where we take a trip to the theatre, then I come back and I talk about my experience, any content warnings, anything like that. Anything that went down in the theatre, that is where we discuss that. And then the following video will be a review video where we talk about my thoughts on the show. Whew. Today is the second part of a double header day, if you will. My last show that I saw, which I haven't seen yet, it's very confusing, is the last video on this channel. And today we are going to go for a little trip back to the Criterion for the first time in too many years to see two strangers carry a cake across New York. If you watch my last videos, you will know that I said that I'm doing a day of really long shows, and boy oh boy am I. You need a lot of breath for both of them, but that's by the by. I need to get on my merry way off to theatres now because my friend for the day is winning. I have friends. Anyway, I'm going to leave you alone. I'll see you later for my experience and any content warnings. Hello lovely people, excuse me whilst I just sort my hair out, it's gone a bit crazy. We're back in the room. I wanted to go into Hamilton then, but I shouldn't, because it has nothing to do with this bit of the video. I can only truly apologise for the last two vlog videos which haven't had much vlog footage in them in the interim between the hi welcome to this video portion and this portion. Long story short, I've been with my friend all day. I don't get to see her that often, and so it was nice just to spend time with her. Okay, I'm only human. But that is enough of that. Let's talk to strangers carry cake across New York. So as this video is less about the show and more about my experience and any sensory / content warnings, let's just go into those. My experience of the show, number one, and this is not going to be for everyone, but for me, it was my first time returning to this theatre after quite the stint away. I last visited the Criterion for Amelie back in the day, which I feel like is a completely different lifetime. So for me it was odd going in because that was my safe place for a very short period of time because I found the show mega late. However, it was weird going in and seeing that theatre again, but this was a really nice experience. I was sat front row, like with my last show, which I recently did a review for, which was this one right here because I have both programs at my disposal. This was also a rush ticket. Me and my friends actually bought our rush tickets for this separately because there was no twos available, but there was a few singles. So she was sat in E, I think like the midst of E. I was sat in A18, which if you've never been in that theatre is slap bang at the front, and on the one side I was the last seat in A, as you look at the stage on the left hand side. For the most part, my view was fine. I didn't feel like I was craning my neck up too high to watch. I didn't feel like I was continuously looking to the side, even though most of the action is over there, if you will. I did miss a small amount of Sam Tutty at one point. This show is on basically 2 revolves. There is an outside revolve and then the inside also revolves. I love a revolve. I also like saying the word revolve. We're moving on. And at one point the set in the middle turns so that it gives the illusion that there's 2 separate spaces where the 2 actors are in 2 different places. So when that happens, the side that has Sam Tutty's character in it meant that I couldn't see him. I kind of could guess what was going on, and I knew that something had been put on by him. I don't want to spoil it, so yeah. So when there was a giggle on that one side, I was like, okay, I know what he's just put on. But that was my only major moment. I did get snowed on, but that is fine. And although I was next to half of the speaker system, if you will, because it goes over the 2 sides, and I think there's a small amount at the top, I didn't feel like I was blasted away by the speakers, which is a bonus. In regards to content and sensory moments to be aware of, content wise, I can't magic anything out of thin air. It is a nice light-hearted rom-com-esque musical. No loud noises, no sudden moments. There is a short blackout at the end of Act 1 to finish the act. There's also a very brief blackout towards the end of Act 2 when they are in the Chinese restaurant, and then Act 2 also finishes with a blackout before the bells happen. They're not major blackouts, and at no point was I anxious too much about them. And yeah, that is the one major moment to be considerate of. If you're not a fan of a blackout, there is no sudden noises alongside these moments. It's very much just, it goes dark for a couple of seconds, and that is about that. So in that respect, it's quite a nice show to go and watch, especially if, like me, you watch something that's quite heavy and hard-hitting in the matinee. It's nice to have a bit of like sugar and nice and warm and loveliness about it for your evening show. The balance we created between the 2 shows that we saw today was cleverly done. And we did it in that respect because we knew that this was going to be something that we needed some light relief for at the end. Oh dear. As with most of these videos slash vlogs, I hate calling it that because it's truly not one. I will obviously be talking more about the show in the next video, but I'm very excited to see what happens with the show over the next few months. I believe it is currently playing until August. Yes, it closes, according to Criterion, on the 31st of August. Just so that we keep these key details in, because I'm currently on Criterion. Criterion has this as a 2 hour even 15-minute including interval show. It was fast paced, really good to watch. It also says it's got an age recommendation of 12+, I suppose, but I
feel like it's not majorly too bad. There's no like graphic scenes. There is some swearing, there is some moments of like sexual chemistry, but there's nothing like terrible. There's nothing too hard hitting, but I mean, I agree, 12 is probably a good place to put it. I wouldn't take a 5-year-old, let's put it that way, but yeah, it's nice. It's a nice show. It's nice and warm. I love it. Anyway, that is enough. I've whittled on for long enough. I'm a bit tired. It is now almost 11:30, so that's time to tell myself to go to bed. But yes, I'm going to leave this video here, so thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Please come back on Sunday for the review, which is usually not a review, but we call it that because what else can we call it other than I just sit in front of a camera for about 15 minutes saying how great I guess. Anyway, I'm going to leave you alone, so thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I shall see you next time. Bye.